Hello! This is Mr. Page. You remember me? I'm retired now. Although I'm not retired from Oxnard High School, I'm retired from working every day from 8 to 3:05. Because, you see, I still want to stay connected. I still love my students. I still want to stay connected with them and keep that going. So this is one of the ways that I'm going to keep that going. So this is a tribute that I've done for my students that I want to share with you. And what I want you to do is share it with 10 friends or more. I want them to see it. And then also, if you want to put it on social media, that's fine. There's going to be more. This is just the beginning. There's going to be some more during the summer. So just send the link to your friends and let's keep it going. So I want to talk to you about who I'm doing tributes for today. And I'm a poet. I love poetry. I love to write poetry. And it's fun. So let me show you who's in this. So first of all, we have Joel Cerna, who everybody knows likes to talk and eat and play baseball. Then we have Jaden Jones, who likes to talk and eat and play football. Jaden's awesome. Then we have Isaiah Viveros, one of my seniors, who is glued to his phone. I think, seriously, he's glued. Then we have Isaiah Marchot, who's the fastest guy I know. He's quicker than a hiccup. Anyway, and great guy. So then there's Ali Nuno, wonderful young lady, really sweet and kind of quiet, but at the same time, she perked up this year. Her work is always excellent, some of the best. And then we have Larry Melkor. Now Larry I know because I had him as a student in 10th grade, and wow, has he come a long way since then. I'm so proud of how he's developed. He's going on to college, which I'm also proud of. And then we have Juan Hernandez, one of a kind, and Juan wants to be a teacher someday, and he's going to be a great one. I just wish Juan believed in himself, but that'll come. And then my 4th period law dogs, and wow, they were so much fun. I'm going to put this down. And they were so much fun, and I have little short ones for the law dogs, but I'll remember them because they were just a really great group of kids. So let me begin with my tributes. So the first one is to Joel Cerna. You all remember Junior. So there's a kid who we call Junior, whose mouth can never close. His words come shooting out like water from a fire hose. It's a yacker. But he is so damn funny, he makes me laugh aloud. I must say I've seen him grow, and as a teacher, I am proud. Junior is a baseball man who in the field has so much fun. He burns his calories on the diamond, and if he didn't, he'd weigh a ton. I've seen Junior eat, man. It's not pretty. His mouth is always filled with food. It disappears. That's his trick. And if he keeps on eating like this, someday he'll look like Moby Dick. This is a tribute to our Joel, whom I will miss when I retire. I have no doubts that he will reach all goals in life that he'll desire. He'll be a great college student. He'll be a great athlete, perhaps in college as well. But no matter what he does, he's always going to be special. So Jaden Jones. Who doesn't love Jaden Jones? Who doesn't love him? All right. A young man who is full of substance is the kid named Jaden Jones, whose future life will be helped by all the talents that he owns. And he has a lot of talents in many different areas. Jaden showed me a plastic card and urged me to invest a bit. $10 is what I gave him for some damn card that ain't worth shit. That football card, let me tell you, man, that thing is worthless. But I was glad to give $10 to the team. It was okay. There was a discount on there for super cuts. Like, I need a super cut? God gave me a super cut. There was a coupon for, 2 tacos at, discount, 2 tacos at Jack in the Box. There's some authentic Mexican food for you. Okay, this young man has a spark about him. He's such a great friend to us all. An optimist who strives for good. No task for Jaden is too great or small. I'm so proud of you for always stepping up. His appearance is so cool. Jaden's hairstyle is the rage. I wish I had it on my head, then I would be Afro Page. I'd be a brother. I wish him well in the future. His studies show the planted seed of how his work will build his future and without question, he will succeed. Man, it's great to see such a great kid doing well, and I know you will continue to do well. Isaiah Marchot is next. He's the guy with the speed. There's a young man named Marchot, and let me tell you, he can go. He runs the 100 like a breeze. This kid is faster than a sneeze. Up top, he has an awesome fro, and girls would like to get to know his infectious charm. They think he's swell. He's fast in other ways as well. Handsome Isaiah. Not only is he so athletic, in class he was never apathetic. His work was almost always good. He never disappointed me, and he never would. To run against him would be a thrill, but I'd look as if I'm standing still. Right now it's track wherein he'll train, but my respect goes for his brain. He's very smart. You're a really smart kid, and I'm proud of you. Ali Nuno, there's a wonderful kid. Ali Nuno was a hard worker and never disappointed me. There's Ali Nuno, who works all the time, and her grade is superfluous and certainly shines. She's always produced, and her work's never missed. For being the best is at the top of her list. She never complains and does work in a blink, and values the privilege of being able to think. I see her great talent in her daily production. She gets the most from every teacher's instruction. She does well everywhere. She never disappoints her teachers. Mr. Page, not Mr. Page, Mr. Page. Mr. Page is most proud of her speech in the trial. She was uncomfortable, and it took a while. But Allie did what was needed to help her team, and if every student was like her, teaching would be a dream. And I was most proud of the fact that when we had that trial, she was the one who spoke up. And that was a really nice surprise, and she was very courageous to do that. Larry Melkor, here's the kid that I had as a 10th grader and then as a senior. What a change. There's a kid named Larry who is sometimes quite scary because his hair stands straight and well, and half his body weight is gel. What do you do with all that stuff? You use a whole jar of that stuff every day? All right. Now Larry's lucky. He has hair, and Mr. Page has only air. Yeah, see that? I can run my fingers through my air. But Paige can think of things so deep while Larry lies in class asleep. Wake up, Larry! When Larry was a sophomore, he certainly did slack off more. As a senior, he does what I've asked, but some of your work is still half-assed. But you're getting better, way better. I like the improvement. Larry will go off to college, and there's no doubt he will gain knowledge. Despite early years that were a mess, in life he will prove to be a success. I know you're going to do well. Now is the right time for you. All right. Juan Hernandez. Now, if you're going to do a poem, or if I'm going to do a poem about Juan Hernandez, I got to do it right. Excuse me for a second. Okay, there we go. Have you ever seen a bird's nest walking, or a human being who can't stop talking? With self-deprecation as his greatest turn on, of course I am speaking of our beloved Juan. In truth, he is loved, even though he is silly. He's a charming guy, but he does smell like chili. Juan's cologne should be called Chanel de Tommy, and the only one who'd like it is his mommy. Juan can be goofy and sometimes a clown, and I'm sorry to say, he puts himself down. Perhaps after high school he will prop himself up and not play the role of the little lost pup. Come on, Juan, self-confidence, courage, step it up. But now Mr. Page will tell all the truth and say what he thinks of an amazing youth. Juan is smart and funny and lovable too. Everyone gets it if only he knew. So everybody loves you, but you don't love yourself as much as we do. So come on, Juan, step it up. You're going to be a great teacher someday, and I know it. All right, next, Isaiah Viveros, the man with the phone who never departs. Okay, Isaiah's in love with his phone. Isaiah must be wired electronically for gaming and cell phones or his happiness key. He'll die playing games until the very end. Someday he may marry his electronic friend. Yeah, nobody's ever married a cell phone. You might be the first person to do it. Have you ever seen an iPhone in a wedding dress? With Isaiah as the groom, expect no less. If they have a child, it will be a shame because Apple, for sure, will be the kid's name. Yeah, be Apple Viveros. Beep, 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 beep. And then the second kid will be called Siri. Alright, so anyway. Now for the real Isaiah I know, he's funny and smart as things go. Perhaps someday he'll have great success by using his technology to become the best. He's pretty smart with that stuff. His greatest asset has to do with style. Every day he is friendly and comes in with a smile. Although this young man likes to stare at a screen, he's as smart and as clever as any young teen. So Isaiah is hooked on that electronic stuff, but he's super smart, and he's also got this great disposition and a wonderful smile. So he was such a pleasure to have in class. Now, here's the little short tributes to my fourth period law dogs. Are you ready? The first one is a tribute to Matt and Guido. Even though their names aren't in there, it's a tribute to Matt and Guido. The door in P14 is always locked. It must be opened by paper, scissors, rock. If only the boys would just open the door, people wouldn't wait 20 minutes or more. Alright, there's Vicky Gonzalez, who is always so nice. She proves that girls are made of sugar and spice. Acting so sweet, she's almost like a saint. Except for how she sees me. Yoda, I ain't. Huh. I'm not Yoda. And I'm not R2-D2. Anthony Ramirez has a mouth on his face, which of course is the proper place. He frolics around like a frisky pup. He's always barking and he never shuts up. Anthony, you're a great kid, but man, you're a talker. We have a pair of twins in the back, and talking is something that neither lacks. They find conversation in any weather. Jaylyn and Michelle should be sewn together. You're like yin and yang. You're like the Siamese twins. Seriously, somebody should take a saw and separate you, because I think you're actually glued together. Now for Dylan. Oh, Dylan's the funniest guy at Oxnard High School. Funnier than me. He's amazing. Dylan McGinnis is as funny as they come. He's plenty smart, although he acts dumb. His hands move around like a Pacific squid. You've seen his little hand movements. And sometimes he moves like a spastic kid. Not that I'm making fun of spastic kids, but I am saying that Dylan just kind of does this funny thing with his hands and arms. He's hilarious. And last one for now is Dolly. Although we're going to have more. There's going to be more during the summer. Dolly is a very determined young lady. She's the real deal. There's nothing shady. A girl of great courage who stands up to strife. Follow her lead, girls, if you want a strong life. I respect Dolly so much because she really stands up for herself, and she's a strong person, and she will do well in life because of that. So, those are my tributes, and I want to thank you for watching, and I want to tell you that, again, make sure you pass it on to another 10 or 20 people, whatever you want. Put it on social media. I want people to, enjoy my poems. And I thank you for being great students.